She shows up, she's present, and she's thoroughly engaged in the work at hand.
She's got incredible judgment, and she works really tirelessly. She's just indefatigable.
Like, I think a lot of amazing Texas women, she has this outward appearance of being very gracious, but behind that grace is this incredibly fierce advocate. And I think that's what makes her so successful. It's really the 1-2 punch.
Sullivan & Crummell is an international law firm with over 1,000 lawyers in offices around the world. It's what I think many would describe as a Wall Street law firm. Karen's practice and my practice overlap substantially. We mostly represent entities and individuals in criminal and regulatory investigations.
Karen is one of the few top white-collar practitioners in the country. She was also an amazing prosecutor. She was somebody who would consider all the evidence, think thoughtfully about situations, but then reach her own conclusions. That could be tough if she didn't agree with you. But at the same time, you also always knew that you were getting a fair hearing.
When I first started and I was a brand new prosecutor, she supervised the unit of new prosecutors. Then Jim Comey brought her back to run the criminal division.
She was known for prosecuting financial crime. She approached each case with a tenacity, and it never even dawned on me that a woman couldn't do that because Karen was doing it.
Having Karen as your supervisor is a constant reminder of your own capacity for improvement.
Karen served as a general counsel at Goldman Sachs, which had multiple roles. She was advising the firm on complex litigation. She spearheaded, sort of breaking down any silos we had between the various practice areas. She started the Global Diversity and Inclusion Committee, which focused on making sure we had proper representation and were developing, diverse attorneys. But she also, I would say, forced in many respects our outside counsels to sort of walk that walk as well, and making sure it wasn't just window dressing at pitches that there were women or diverse attorneys, but that they were actually substantively doing our work.
When Karen came back to white collar practice after she left the U.S. Attorney's Office after her second stint, she understood very well the issue of underrepresentation of women in our profession. She understood what it would take to get women more representation, getting women work on high-profile cases.
Karen's a very ambitious and competitive person, and not just, in the traditional professional part of her life, but also she's been very committed to social justice and equal justice, including through her senior leadership positions in the Vera Institute for Justice.
Karen's efforts in criminal justice reform have made her a trailblazer.
Vera is the largest justice reform organization in this country that's dedicated to ending what we call mass incarceration and over-criminalization. As a former federal prosecutor, I don't think that there's anyone who would look at her and say that she doesn't understand the importance of accountability. She also knows that this is a system that is overreached. That credibility that she has carries in every room that I have seen her operate in.
I want to thank all of you by showing what you stand for by being here with us tonight. We know that access to college is transformational for incarcerated people because education sets them up for success after they are released.
The Karen Seymour that I know and adore is the Karen Seymour riding her bicycle across the Brooklyn Bridge in the morning to work. She runs marathons on the weekends in her spare time.
She sort of allowed you to bring your sort of full person to work, because she always did. Karen, I just wanted to say congratulations for winning the Outstanding Alumna Award at the University of Texas Law School. You are certainly an outstanding alumna of Goldman Sachs.
Thank you, not just on my behalf, but on behalf of the thousands and thousands of people whose lives you have changed through your service and your dedication and your commitment to justice.
You are so deserving of this honor. You mean the world to me.
Your friendship and support have been invaluable to me for now more than 2 decades.
It's been a privilege to know you and a great delight to work with you. On behalf of all of the women in our profession who you have helped and who you have supported, we thank you so much. And to all of my Texas law friends, hook 'em.
Some of what I've really worked to do is help women so that women have mentors, they have people that they can reach out and talk to across firms. A real network of women across the profession, I think, is really important.